What's up, guys? Welcome to my tech tips. I guess that's what you'd call it. But I've got a GTA. Oh, sorry, GTA. I got a GeForce GTX 1070 for the Win edition, and it's been getting hot. And they're really notorious about getting hot. But I've had this one for probably 2 years. I've never really changed the thermal paste on it, and I have noticed playing like a set of Corsa and uh, even PUBG, honestly, even PUBG, it's getting up there in temperatures like 81 Celsius. And I think that's around 170 to 180 something degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. But yeah, it's hot for a graphics card. And they're known to get hot, but mine is doing it consistently now, and it hasn't before. So I'm thinking that the thermal paste needs replaced. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do today. And first, you'll need to take this back plate off. Most come, some don't. Some people have custom ones. But yeah, take this back plate off first and then go from there. Once you get the backing off of it, it should look like this. And I've noticed, I guess mine's gotten really hot. I don't know if that's the thermal pads that you can put on these graphics cards to help with the heat, but it looks like mine is like melting. So I'm gonna try and clean this up. But first off, I'm gonna try and open up where these 4 screws here will lift up the CPU basically, and then you can apply new thermal paste to it. Okay, now after getting all the screws out and taking the plate off and getting these 4 screws out, it will lift up, but you got to be careful because there's a wire here and a wire here, and you got to undo those. It looks just like a CPU wire that plugs up onto the motherboard. It just pulls out. There's no clips holding it on or anything like that. And once you undo those, you can pull this up, and then you can see mine is long overdue for, you can tell it got super hot. But it was long overdue, obviously, for a thermal paste change. So I'm going to clean this up, put some thermal paste on it, and then set it back down and get it ready to screw back together. And I'm going to clean all this up to make it breathe a little better, I guess. After you get it all cleaned up, you want to hook these 2 wires back up and see how I've got it sitting like this. See how clean it is now. And I cleaned all that, I guess it was like melted like thermal pad from there, and it was all on the inside as well. I cleaned all that up, and I made sure I got like all of it, because it's like all over the motherboard part as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift basically like a hood up, and I'm gonna put the thermal paste on, and then close it back down, flip it over, and then start screwing in all the screws. All right, I can't find a tripod and I can't get my phone to sit up, and I don't want to turn my phone up so the video freaking turns up ways. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pea-sized dot on that little silver thing right there, and then I'm going to set this down just so you guys know what I'm doing. And of course, after you get the thermal paste on, you want to flip it over and put the screws in, and what you want to do is cross tighten them, and then that way it all goes down pretty even. And then you get all the screws back in it, the plate back on, and you're done. And hopefully it helps it. I'm going to plug it in and try it out and see if it does, and I'll update you guys. Well, that's pretty incredible. I'm on PUBG right now, which earlier, before I'd done all this, I was hitting 181 degrees, which is pretty bad. But now I'm like around like full gaming, running around using the GPU. It's pushing around 141 degrees, or 60 Celsius, 61 Celsius right there. So I want to say this works, but I haven't put it into like a super big load. But so far, like it's way better than it actually was. So, yeah, I believe that could be an improvement. It's like 40 or 50 degrees that I've gained, or not gained, that I've lost, because it was 181 playing the same map on here, running around and stuff like that, and it's down to 60 Celsius, which is pretty crazy. So it's about 40 to 50 degrees that I've lost on the GPU just changing the thermal paste. I'm sorry, lost my train of thought there, but yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, change your thermal paste. That's how you do it.